Marty Snyder from NBC Sports. Want to welcome everybody to the Darlington Raceway. Certainly excited to continue the tradition that was started last year with the throwback paint schemes and the throwback weekend. It was certainly a lot of fun, and we'll be doing that again in 2016. Want to welcome up here is Chip Weil from Darlington. You guys all know Chip. President of the Raceway, Jim McCoy, the Director of Sports Marketing for Nationwide, and Dale Earnhardt Jr., of course. And we're going to do a unveiling today of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s paint scheme for the 2016 Darlington race. And Chip, I know you're excited to get this thing kicked off and get the throwback weekend. You guys got a ton of accolades for the first year of the throwback weekend. Give us a preview of what 2016 is going to be like here at Darlington.
Yeah, sure. First, I want to thank Jim and Dale Earnhardt Jr. for being here today. We've had an exciting day. We've done a lot of activity, that you guys will see down the road with production and otherwise. But the reason this program has been successful is because of people like Dale Earnhardt Jr. who have gotten behind it and really have provided us a lot of feedback on, hey, try this, do this. And, everybody in this sport has some sort of responsibility to be here and really understand what we're trying to accomplish, and we really appreciate that. Nationwide, we talked to them in November about some of the opportunities that existed this year, and Jim and his team jumped on board. So can't thank these guys enough. 2016 is shaping up to be incredible. I think we'll have almost all of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series machines in throwback colors, and we got a lot of really exciting things coming out over the next 2 to 3 months that will really celebrate the weekend. So looking forward to having Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the rest of the team back, and on Labor Day, we're ready for it to get here.
And I can tell you from NBC Sports standpoint, we're excited to have it live on NBC Sports. It's going to be a lot of fun on Labor Day weekend. So, Jim, this couldn't come out at a better time for you guys. The 90th birthday of Nationwide is tomorrow. So congratulations on that. Big company achievement for you guys. So this is the way to kick off the celebration, isn't it?
It's great timing for us. And, we, as a longtime sponsor in NASCAR, almost 20 years, it was real hard for us to sit on the sidelines last year and watch all the great things that Chip and his team were doing here in Darlington with the throwback. So when it came time for us to prioritize and pick our races for 16, we made sure this was top of the list to take full advantage and also tap into Dale's passion for the history of this great sport. So, we worked with him on the design, and we were able to come up with something that we feel is very, very special to honor the late, great Buddy Baker and his historic Gray Ghost paint scheme in the 28 that ran in 1980. So this platform ties into our 90th anniversary, which we celebrate tomorrow. And we're real excited, as you'll see as we unveil the car here in a moment, some really unique logos and colors that we're able to pull from the era that the car ran on the track from the late 70s and early 80s that were very important to Nationwide. And we're excited about the paint scheme. And in general, the relationship with Dale and the Earnhardt family has been important to us, and to be able to attach ourselves to a platform like this that we know he's got a lot of passion for just continues to deepen our partnership in a unique way, and hopefully the Junior Nation loves what they're going to see here in a minute.
Well, Dale, Jim mentioned it, your love for the passion, or your passion for the history of the sport. So how cool is it to be back here at Darlington thinking about what's coming up in 2016 for the throwback weekend?
Yeah, this racetrack's the perfect place to have our throwback weekend. This place has so much history. It's been around for so long, really served our sport perfectly through the years. So it's awesome that all the teams and drivers, pit crews, even the fans can really get involved wearing their retro gear, and everybody can sort of celebrate the history of the sport together in one weekend. We saw everybody jump on board last year and go through that whole process and understand exactly what Darlington's trying to achieve here. So it'll be great now that everybody's had another year to think about it, and everybody's going to come with so much more creativity. We saw Eric Almirola and all those guys do so much with Richard, and there was so much fun to be had walking through the garage and seeing everybody's creativity. And this year's going to be even better. You're going to see a lot of guys, even on the Xfinity side, bringing some of their A game when it comes to the history of the sport. The fans will be coming out in their gear and bringing some of the old stuff back. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is something that I believe that will be synonymous with Darlington in the years to come. This will be the place where you come celebrate the history of the sport and enjoy seeing some of them old paint schemes out on the racetrack and so forth. And I appreciate Nationwide's enthusiasm to be involved and their appreciation for the history as well certainly shines through in this paint scheme that we have to show today. It's my favorite paint scheme of all time in the sport. It ran in 79 and 80 and 81 as well with Bobby Allison, but Buddy Baker made this very famous, particularly at Daytona and Talladega. It was such a fast race car. They even had to put day glue decals on the front of it because the guys couldn't see it coming. It was coming so fast. But, it was just a very good car. A lot of race cars rarely become icons in the sport where they're known by name, and this was one of them. So I'm very proud to be able to tip the cap to Buddy and what he did for us, not only as a driver but in the broadcast booth and throughout his career in the sport. He was a huge asset and put so much of his own into what he did throughout those years and gave so much back. So it's awesome to be able to acknowledge him. It'll be great, like I said, seeing all the other drivers get acknowledged as well that have came before us throughout that race weekend.
With your love for the history of the sport, how much studying did you do, looking at paint schemes and kind of saying, well, we could do this, we could do that, this is cool, and how much did you learn about this paint scheme?
Well, the Gray Ghost, people ask me, like, hey, you have a whole lot of involvement in designing it. It designs itself. You basically take what you see in pictures and so forth throughout the years of the paint scheme actually being ran in the late 70s and 80s and applying it to this sort of body and the changes in the character lines and so forth through the years makes it a little bit of a challenge where to line things up and so forth. But we feel like we did a great job. This is going to look real similar to what we've been running all year long. That was the intent from the start with our original paint scheme that we've ran this year, was to sort of pull from the Gray Ghost and use some of the character lines and some of the same design. So this is definitely a little closer to that paint scheme, and I'm looking forward to seeing the fan reaction today and throughout the rest of the season as we start to prepare to come here for the race.
All right, with that, why don't we get the guys down here and have them unveil the paint schemes. Once we do that, we will break out for interviews. Dale will be at the front of the car for the electronic media print. We'll be at the back of the car, and we'll start with Jim over there, and we'll flip-flop them eventually. So we'll get cameras positioned, and once we get the thumbs up, we'll give you guys the cue to pull it off. Everybody good? All right. Whenever you guys are ready. And I'll let Dennis direct the photos and where you want the photographers to be, and then we'll go from there and we'll get the interview set up. Thank you guys for coming out.
Sorry guys. Sorry. Here we go. We're good. We're good. All right, here we go. Good.
Okay, Dale right here at the front. We got all the photos we need? Yeah, one, and I'm gonna turn this thing on. And then Dale right here, and then I need the print guys and the radio and everything over here off to the side. If y'all can go scatter over here with Jim.